Liverpool versus everybody. I know there are not going to be too many people on this live. It's an ungodly hour, especially for those in the UK and probably other places. I'm in the States and I don't even remember what time it is, but um, yeah, away days continue. Poor form. This dates back to Roma, and I'm not really sure what to say about this game. I'm not really sure what to say about this game. What I can say is that um, we just weren't at it today. We just weren't at it today again, in an away game. And I think I don't know how many shots we had on target, but it wasn't many, if any. I think maybe the only one on target was the one that we shot for a penalty. I don't know if they count those as shots on targets, but shots on target. But we got that. We scored that. Um, and I think for me, I hoped that that was something that just before half that was nice. We've seen Liverpool do that, preferably in the Premier League. Get a goal before halftime. It feels good, and that usually kind of soothes us and brings us through to the ending of a game. But here in the Champions League, it's different. We're conceding more goals than we have in the Premier League, and less games in the Premier League, or less games in the Champions League. We're conceding more goals. So I'm not sure what that is. I think again that first goal, and you know, say what you need, but I've said it on here before. I'll say it again. In the Champions League is where you really make your bread and butter. In the league, and that's every team, every star player. What you do in the league is great. HH says it a lot. You know, Messi is probably the best club player of all time. He probably will go down as that, and that's great and cool. But what can he do for his country? Nothing. What's he done for Barcelona in the Champions League lately? Nothing. Um, you need guys like Van Dijk, like Salah, like Firmino, like Mane. You need these guys to step up in these games, but also you need a midfield that also steps up. And you saw Naby come on a little bit later, do some things. Naby Tings. Shout out to the boy, man like Matt from Football Bandit Show, who kind of coined that phrase. But you stick behind. I stick behind Klopp when we go with formations and again, I think that team should have been good enough, but it clearly wasn't. And I think a lot of times where PSG were able to get out and get buck loose on us. Lots of times, more times than I would have liked to see. And yeah, that's what happens. You pay. You go to a team like PSG. You don't really give them much to really worry about all game, in my opinion. And maybe I need to see the game back, or maybe seeing the game back would just depress me more about it. But the waveform just isn't good. And listen, at the end of the day, there's no trying to make this pretty. I haven't listened to any post match yet, but I'm eager to see what these people have to say. But most of these people were saying this is a free hit. Oh, it's cool. Don't worry about it, man. We still got Napoli at home, and it's a cauldron. We at Anfield. European night. Okay, okay, all right, okay. Last time I checked, Napoli are a really good team. Really good team. Really great underrated midfield led by Alon. I, I mean, Liverpool. Listen, I want to say this now, but I'm gonna say it post the game to Napoli. We lose to Napoli. We never deserved to do anything in this competition in the first place this season. To go to the finals last year and be in a moment now where it's like, oh, you might not make it. That alone is embarrassing. The fact that we still can is great. That's cool. And knowing Liverpool, they probably will. Last couple of seasons, we just made the top four. Last game of the season, had to score goals, it was all this other like you got. If this happens, then you'll get. Liverpool need to be getting things on their own accord. Because I keep hearing Liverpool's a big football club. I keep hearing about the history and King Kenny, and I just saw or a good part of the Steven Gerrard documentary. I keep hearing how the greats, Liverpool through the '70s, '80s, just killing stuff. It's 2018, and as happy as I am with the league form, that's never going to change. And I still think we have all to play for in the league. And I've said things like, if we get knocked out of the Champions League, first, number one, we don't deserve to be in it to get knocked out in this group. All due respect to the other teams in the group, obviously, um, but we don't deserve it. But also, maybe that could be a blessing in disguise. To get knocked down to the Europa League is not a blessing because then you got to play Thursdays, Sundays, and it's just not a, it's just not good all the way around. And so again, for people who saw this as a free hit and don't worry about it, we'll beat Napoli by two. Okay, all right, fine, fine. See what happens when the game comes because PSG are for real. Yep, PSG are for real. I'm sorry, Napoli, not PSG. Napoli, PSG are doo doo, and this is not me being sour, and because PSG are a bad team. They're a bad team. I mean, their best player. Yes, did Neymar get the second goal? I lost track. The fact that we allowed that first goal to go on was a joke to me. So, but here we are. Here we are, and this is what Liverpool do, and I think we probably will scrape it. That's more hope than anything else because we like to scrape things, barely get through. Oh, let's just what we got. So we got this last game at Anfield, the cauldron of noise. It's so scary. Maybe we can trouble their coach while they pull in or something like that. But yeah, just expected much more from the team today in a game that to me was a must win. I think it was a must win for both teams, and PSG will feel like now, you know, they can make it through, and why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? So yeah, it's just a really, really, in my opinion, not a fortunate situation to be in. There's some people who might disagree with that, but it's not a good look, man. As they say, it's not a good look. So got to bounce back. We have obviously the derby at the weekend, and I really hope to see Naby Keita. Maybe I'm alone in that, but I really hope to see Naby Keita, Fabinho. Um, this midfield going forward of Genie, Milner, and Henderson. I know Klopp loves these guys. They're battle tested for him. He trusts them, especially I think Genie is a guy who I don't know when there'll be a game that he doesn't play. I mean, he plays almost every game, but that's why you get the players. And listen, I don't want to be too downtrodden and too negative. Obviously, we still do have a chance. It's not over. We're not out of the competition, but it's still a heavy blow in my opinion, and it's a blow that didn't need to be taken. You know what I mean? And again, when you look at the course of the situations, we're quite fortunate to be in this situation. We played terrible all competition away. PSG, Firmino comes in, hits the goal, and I think we should be on 9 points right now with the Belgrade game. It's in the past. I don't want to be sour, but these are the prices you pay when you don't handle your business. This is runners up to the Champions League, folks. Runners up. Liverpool runners up, and we're at a point now where we're struggling to get out of the group. So look, it is what it is. It's even more real now. It's realer than real now, and it's all because a couple of things. Sure, we're in a group that's not easy. It's definitely not, it's nowhere near the quality or toughness as our group last season. Nowhere near. Um, but that's how the Champions League should be. I don't know if that's how it always goes, but that's how it should be. You get to the final, you got some more difficult games the next season, and you got to be ready for it. So, if we don't get out of it, we don't deserve to get out of it. At this point, you don't you make your bed, you lie in it, and we've had some pretty abysmal away days in this Champions League. That's just what it is. That's just the truth. There's no point in trying to come on here and make excuses or say, "Oh, we played well," or it's okay. No, it's to me, it's not okay. Even if we do go on to beat Napoli, this was the game you needed to win. This was the game you needed to win, and we didn't. So again, I'm very disappointed. That's just the truth. I'm very disappointed, and we're quite again. I don't know how many chances we need. The Napoli PSG matches, both of those went perfectly for us, but we didn't handle our business. And this is what I talk about with Liverpool. Everybody's concerned about, oh, City, City. At some point, these teams will drop points, but will Liverpool be there to pick it up? Will we rise to the occasion and take advantage of what we have? I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. I mean, I think again with Klopp, you got to make these changes a bit sooner, brother. You got to make these changes a bit sooner. The game is there. Um, there's some moments where I feel like we could have gotten at them a bit better, a bit more, and just didn't do it. Just didn't do it. I don't even, you know, I'm gonna look at the Anfield rap, or not the Anfield rap. This is Anfield to see what they rate the players, but again, it's not really a day to really knock any one player. But again, I've told y'all here before, and I'm sure some people, I think I got a thumbs down on one of my videos, and I'm sure people weren't really into it. And is he really a Liverpool fan? Van Dyke is a good defender, but he's not world class. He's not. He's not. And the performance like today, again, in big time games is where you, in my opinion, when you judge world class talent. And it's not enough to, as people want to say, he came into Liverpool and he just made everything great. That's false as well. But this is PSG away. Why aren't you clearing the ball? People are going to make excuses for Virgil, and oh, he doesn't make a lot. He doesn't make as many mistakes as so and so, and he can kind of get a pass because he's Virgil van Dijk. Um, it's basically his touch that pretty much assists the guy who scores the goal. Look at it again. Go watch it back. Go watch it back and tell me I'm crazy. It's basically his touch that assists the guy who scores the goal. So I love Virgil like everyone else, but he's human and he makes mistakes. And to me, in my opinion, he made a mistake in this game. But I look, is it down to Virgil van Dijk? Is that the reason why we lost? No, that would be ridiculous for me to come in here and say that. At the same token, we need our best players to be our best players in these big games. We need them to show up. We need them to show up, and not enough of the better players showed up tonight. So that's the name of the game. I'm not going to sit in here too long. You guys saw the game. You know what it is. We can talk about the lineup. We can talk about the substitutions. At the end of the day, these guys need to be playing and getting the result. This is a game where I need Monty to step up. I need Salah to step up. I need them to make something. And I get it. The midfield is not giving them much. But again, there's a lot of different conversations to be had, a lot of different topics to talk about. In the Champions League, Liverpool don't really look to be um, equipped for the long run. To me, PSG is not a favorite in this competition. You need to be smacking them aside. I'm sorry. You need to be smacking them aside. So what's done is done. We can't change any result that we have as much as we might want to. It is what it is, and this is where we are. We're still on 6 points. We've conceded 7 goals, and how many games? It's two, three, four, five. In 5 games, we've conceded 7 goals. If my math is right on that, it's not good. It's not good. So listen, you dust yourself off, and fortunately, I haven't had too many times to come on and be down about a performance or a result. But the times that I am on and the games that do happen, the games they just shouldn't be happening. They shouldn't be happening, and this team's really, really, really got to figure out what it is they want to do in this year, this season. Are they focused just on Champions League, just on the league, both? We got knocked out of another cup competition early again. That almost felt like a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. You focusing on just two for now until the FA Cup comes. So again, again, all of this probably seems negative, and that's fine if that's how you interpret it. But Liverpool just need to be better in the Champions League away from home. You know, to be 0-3 is not something that I would have foreseen. I mean, I was ultra confident going to this game, knowing what PSG could do, but knowing also what Liverpool can do and what they've proven that they can do in Europe. Um, so there's a lot of questions. Is the 4-2-3-1 the formation we should go with from now on? Do we need to start seeing our new signings in the midfield play? Is there any truth to Fabinho maybe leaving? I mean, there's a lot of questions there. There's a lot of questions there. So sit with those questions. Use this pain, this anger, this frustration, and get it all together for the friendly rival, the friendly derby, blue versus red this weekend. Y'all enjoy your night. Be safe. Don't do anything